You know what? You know how we do it on the show? We got a superstar in the building with us today. And as usual, it's all attention on our superstar, Joeboy on deck. Joeboy on deck. How are you doing, my brother? What's going on?
I'm great. You know,
Hey, it feels good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, minutes, hour, years. But when I think about your story, I think about your journey, I just think about consistency. That's all I can see. And hard work. You know, you've been putting in work since the beginning, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you
I always
so much.
like to say, when I see good work, I always talk about it. I'm super proud of you.
Thank
right?
you so much. Appreciate
I look at the
you.
days of Faji, I look at the days of Baby, and I look at,
Yeah, I remember I actually came here for Faji Dome. I actually remember the outfit I wore. I remember we took a picture there.
back in there. And now we've got like records back to back.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got an album, you've got 2 albums.
2 albums.
Strong albums.
Yes, sir.
I mean, from 2000, I don't want to talk about the album of 2021 because you know what, you did the industry dirty.
How?
You painted everybody like it's my time, man.
Yes,
Everybody.
Very important now. You have to like be aggressive with it, innit?
I mean,
You have to take it.
that's what you did,
Yeah.
but it's good. So let's talk about it, right? Let's kick off. You know, the beginning. Let's look at it, Joeboy. You've done quite a number of things for yourself. I don't want us to, go back. Let's look at how the journey started for you.
Yeah.
Getting that connection with Mr. Easy, the Empire deal, the jumping on that platform, getting the money to shoot your first music video,
Yeah.
and all of that, and then becoming a proper deal for you. Tell me that moment. How's it like for you?
It was surreal. Like, imagine something that you wanted to happen for like years. Like you always had that back of your mind.
Yeah.
Next thing
It
is
finally happens.
actually like right there in front of you. Like even like probably better than you imagined it to be. And the fact that it just came to you, like, normally they say, because I remember telling one of my friends then that, I wanted to start making music, and I'm like, if you blow, like, really? I'm telling you, like, bro, like, say, if you blow, and I actually don't blame him, to be honest. It was just like speaking from his own perspective. So like, if you blow, you don't know anybody, you don't have money, you don't know anybody, you don't like, for you to be like Wizkid, you have to know so many people and stuff. Yeah.
You see, they follow the guy talking.
Yeah, we talk once in a while.
Now I can relate with Wizkid saying even solo time is a little blow.
You're solid his words now. I'm so like, if you blow, I think those kind of like statements are just like tests to test how much you really want that stuff. Yeah, because it's not supposed to be an easy journey. To be honest, I know that for sure. I've come to realize that. Yeah. But I guess it just like makes you worthy of actually like achieving that stuff when you decide that I'm going to go for this thing regardless of all discouragement. But imagine your best friend or one of your closest friends telling you, if you blow, say you gotta sabi this person. Say don't be your type, like don't be your type. You blow. Do you understand? Yeah. But imagine like just like going up, like pushing on without even having any form of like guarantee that this thing I'm chasing is going to take off or fly. But me, I had a personal love for what I was doing, which was the music, so I really wasn't putting a time frame or saying I must blow tomorrow. I was just enjoying myself, that okay, I'll just keep making the music. If it happen, if it not happen, no while I will still move. And it happened. And it came to me. I just posted the first cover of a song I posted on the internet, on social media, was the Shape of You cover. And it was through that video
that everything
just like picked up just from there.
First cover, first opportunity, and you were ready.
And it has helped me understand that sometimes all you need to do is take action. Like the typical or the way we've been conditioned as human beings to like have everything figured out in our head that I'll do this, I'll do that. But sometimes you just have to take like the first step and something could just like take it to another level. So all you have to do is just take action. So thankfully I took action. and it paid off. It's been paying off. I'm just grateful for the journey, man.
Beautiful, because it's important. I think for some people, when you want to do certain things like this, you're asking yourself, is it that I'm going to message, maybe Jazzy, message Easy,
I message though. Get one. I message every celeb that I could think of at that point. Almost every celeb, not every, but at some point I was like, no, Like I just do my thing, and next thing I see, I didn't even see the comment first.
Yeah,
it was a friend that called me then that Mr. Eze commented on your video. I was like, don't play games with me, like, because we prank each other a lot. So I thought it was one of those things. He was like, go and check, and I checked. I saw verified. I clicked on the account. I saw Mr. Eze. I was not thinking. I was thinking, what should I message? What should I see next? And just message me, yo, what's up? I want Chris. I can't at that point, because I was very, very hungry at that point, and the young guy just disappeared.
That's when you know when good stuff is happening.
No, the young guy just disappeared. I was like, wow, this is actually it.
This is it. All right, that relationship gave birth to your, a couple of singles. 𝐈𝐍𝐒 came through.
Yeah.
All right, after that it was Baby, and then I'm going to dive into that for a little bit. Yeah. Now, you were one of those people that amplified the visualizer kind of thing in Nigeria. Let's be honest with that. What inspired that? Because a lot of people started copying you right after that. People started jumping on the visualizer trend. That's number one, telling a different story. And sometimes Joeboy will put out a visualizer. The visualizer views is going crazy. It's very crazy. So tell me, who came up with that idea?
Okay, so actually an issue of coincidence, and it still boils down on taking action. Like I said,
take action to those things.
Yeah. So we were trying to shoot the video for Baby.
Yeah.
Like we wanted the video to drop with the song in South Africa, so we were supposed to shoot in South Africa, but I didn't get my visa on time. And Mr. Eze suggested that since we can't shoot the video yet, why don't you make a visualizer? So we sent it to the guy Poker. He's from Ghana. We sent the song to Poker, and he created a visualizer. We were not thinking that this thing is going to be like a major thing. We're just like, okay, let's just do something to fill in that space. Yeah. Pending when we have a video ready. And people just gravitated towards it. Like, kids loved it. And because kids loved it, parents had to love it. So, and the fact that it was just like family friendly is something that anybody can watch without feeling some type of way. Yeah. There's no booty shaking or anything like that. So
it was just straight.
And it's like there was a story to it, and I've come to realize how much people love stories when it comes to like music. Yeah. So there was a story to it, and it was funny, it was comical, and it just picked up. And from then, when we saw how it picked up, we had to create like a storyline for it. Yeah. And
now, everybody looks up to that. You stopped doing it for a while.
Yeah, I stopped that. I just wanted to try something different. I think it's very, very important to just like try out different stuff, because change is constant. But it will always be a part. But it will always be a part of my brand and my journey,
and the progress. Okay, we gotta go back to the beginning, right? This particular song is Beginning. It's from Joeboy, and we've got a lot more to play for you right here on the radio. Just stick around. Let's go back to the genesis to play you this fat tune. I love this song, right? Because it opened doors. It took Joeboy to the next level. And then when we come back, we'll talk some more. Stick around right here. Joeboy Point Deck. That song you listened to was Beginning. Way back. I like that song. It sounds like way back, but it's not really way back. That's 2020.
That's 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Way back.
2019 is like some 4 years ago.
Yeah, less than 4 years, like 3 years plus. Almost 4 years. Almost 4 years.
Yeah. It's all way back.
Like last week or something.
That's way back. 4 years.
Alright, welcome back. It's the Lunchtime Show. It's just about 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's a Thursday. Happy new month to you. So if you're out there wondering, we've got a special package for you. It's a new month and Joeboy is here. We're talking about the new project in a bit, and we're just looking through the journey, right? I'm sure there's quite a couple of questions Amanda wants to ask. There's quite a couple that Iruka wants to ask, and as well plenty that I also want to ask. So I feel like you guys should shoot your shot
right now.
Shoot your shot and ask your question. Joeboy is looking at two people with side eye. Not the bombastic kind of
I'm waiting.
Are you shooting first or should I shoot now?
Okay, let me just go ahead and say something. First of all, I really enjoy the melody in your music. I'm going to say that. Every time I hear a Joeboy song, I love the melody, and it just makes me imagine what inspires you to get so melodious. So first off, let me ask you, how come you're so melodious? With your music is so good.
So one thing I've come to learn and realize is that sometimes it's not really about what you're saying. It's the way you say it.
The way you say it.
Yeah. So at this point is the way you sing it. So there's something I do when I'm working on a song. I just let the melodies come first most of the time.
How does that happen? Is there a special technique? the melodies to come through?
I guess it's talent. I guess that's talent for me. So I just like know how to make melodies that people would be hard for people to forget. Basically, like just kind of sticks when you listen like once or twice. It's just there.
Fantastic.
And I understand the importance of melodies. So I start with melodies first, then I slide in the lyrics.
Keep that going. I love that about your music, honestly.
Thank you. Okay, now that you have prepared him, I want to go through another side. Joeboy, I heard a rumor.
Yeah.
And I hope it's not a rumor that you spent this on in the front side.
I mean, he's been
it's not a rumor.
I don't know why they don't want to let that thing go.
See,
like they've been saying it for months. I'm like, it's okay.
You know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah, I know what
because we know that the rate of breakfast is a lot.
It's alarming.
It's alarming. I mean, what was you spent over around more than 50 million.
Okay, so
on the person you're with.
So is this way?
Did you give you inspiration to write all these songs?
Yes, now. So I had an interview, right?
Yeah.
And the person asked that, roughly, how much do you think, or how much do you think you spent? Now, like, I don't know. I said it that I don't know. Then I said at least because I don't know how to put figures on things. So I was just like at least 50 M. At least, yeah.
And the boys that did not have money were just looking at you like, this guy and our guy.
But she could have spent more than that on me to know. You never know.
Okay, now you're making it sound fine.
You never know. So I'm not saying, go and carry your money or go and spend it on somebody.
Please tell me.
But there's been different kind of rumors, about there was one babe in Abuja that we're seeing, at some point.
I'm not investigating.
I want to investigate journalism. Sheba, that's what we're doing, huh?
I mean, different chicks on different sides. We know that, it's the life of a star, right? Yeah, I mean, the different people resuming for actions. I mean, a lot of people resuming for actions at different points in time. We know. But at the end of the day,
the fact that you even guess the location.
So aside from that, Joeboy, I really want to put this out there. I mean, you're a star. You've blown out exceptionally, and I would say that you're good at what you do.
Thank you.
So, what has been the worst experience you have, gone through in the music industry?
Worst experience.
Yeah. Did somebody do you bad,
So, I'd say, like, after I blew up, I became what they call war ready. So, I was always, like, ready for any kind of wala. Because, like I said, when you're on a certain path, things are not supposed to be easy. There'll be adversaries, there'll be challenges and stuff like that. But those things are there to test you, to test your resolve, to see whether, you're worthy of being on this path.
Yeah.
So, I really don't see it as something that is going to this thing pay me. Like, of course, like some things happen that just pisses you off, but you just move on with it. So I can't really point out anything because I don't really like keep them to heart, to be honest. Yeah.
But there has been things like that.
A lot. But I'm trying to think of one right now, but I can't even put the finger on it.
I feel like it's good that you decided to put that all behind you.
Yeah. There's more that is going to come. I know that one for sure. but we pin.
So just to follow up to that, with young artists coming up in the industry, and everyone is trying to look for that hit song.
Yeah.
That hit song. What you feel like is the one thing that an artist should look out for first before trying to find that hit song?
So the way I see it now, because of the saturation, like there's a lot of artists out there. It's not about sounding better than anybody. It's about sounding different. So when people listen to you, do they feel like they've heard this before? Or is it something that like, I've never heard this kind of sound before? So I think the goal for any emerging artist now is to sound different.
Yeah.
Not sound better than somebody that is already in the game. Like, just be different.
Yeah.
And the best way to be different is by being your truest self.
Because
when you're trying to like blow up against the game, everybody be like, do like this and do like that, do like this person, or do this and that's already working. That thing that's working for that person worked because the person kind of did it first. So if you do it like that person, people won't, they might like it, but they won't like gravitate towards it 100% compared to when you're actually doing something that comes naturally from you. So that's the way I see it.
Fantastic.
Of truth.
Now let's take you back to 2020 when nobody came out. Before nobody, I think it was the 𝐒𝐍𝐲 Awards. Let's look at it. Right, that nomination was pretty tight.
Next rated
and stuff. Literally. when you saw the category, what did you think? I mean, was it take home for you?
In all honesty, I was just happy. Bro, I used to watch Eddie's on TV where they are sitting next to, and I am now on the next to third nomination list. Like, that was enough for me. In all honesty, I did not care about winning it or not. The fact that Joeboy is in this category was good enough for me. If I had won it, bad guy. But as I still doing it, still a bad guy. But yeah, that's just what I said. I was happy to be in that.
So you didn't feel like you were robbed? You didn't feel like you were robbed? Because I mean, when we talk about some of the singles that year, some of the people that year, it was hard work. It was right? But somehow, in terms of numbers,
there was beginning. Yes, I had like.
In terms of
at
numbers,
that point, I had more hits than any other person in that category.
So that was where I'm going to.
Yeah.
So what do you at the time when they announced like?
But I still didn't care, to be honest, cause
it couldn't define you.
Yeah, 100%. And I saw a cameraman at that award show. When they announced Rema, the guy now come out to my face like what? And start crying. Like I don't understand. Like see when I got the guy. The guy, I saw the guy. Even like I slap out. I go put down for me like, bah. I'm like, bro, relax. What's wrong with you? Like, but yeah. It's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Now you just real quick. You talked about getting really happy and excited about something that happened. You know, like being on that or being in that category was very happy for you. I'm gonna ask you the most happiest, or how do I put this question? The stage that gave you the most joy in your career that you performed on. Best performance to you.
I think the first one was when I started getting bookings outside of Nigeria. That was July. That was July, towards the end of June and July 2019.
What stage was that?
It was East Africa, it was Tanzania.
So
when you're performing somewhere I've never been to that country before. I had not been to the country before then. So there was this like anxiety that do people really know this song yet, or then I get on stage. No, before I even come on stage, people somewhere they were screaming now like
I don't feel like
come on. Yeah, so that was like a sorrow moment for me. I could like at that period I couldn't even really eat, because when I'm like really excited I forget about food.
You're not the only one.
The second time you're saying
I'm like that too. The happiness takes away all
when I'm feeling extreme emotion, whether I'm angry or happy, food is non-existent in my mind. I just don't remember it.
I can relate.
You know the funny part is for some people, I mean, they don't joke with food.
Yes.
Some people. You're getting to this song.
Basically, I eat to survive. I don't eat to be honest. I eat to survive.
You don't probably eat. Okay, so let's look at it. So now, some people have said that each time they see Joeboy, I mean, they see one, Igbo boy.
They say Igbo.
Yes, but most definitely, I mean, you're not, right?
Yeah, I'm not.
And at the time when you blew up, you were pretty young.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're like 26.
I'm 26 now.
You're 26. So you blew up some maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So like 20, 21, 22. Yeah. About.
Yeah.
At that time, family-wise, how's it like? You know that feeling when it's like one more.
Yeah, because
can we leave this boy all by himself? because we don't. This street is not even really nice. Can we leave this? I mean, and then fame finally found you, right? And you found fame, and your parents' reaction, all of that. Talk about it.
Yeah, it was. They're really excited. I think big shout out to my parents though, because they're not the type to 100% discourage me from chasing that path.
Yeah,
they're like, you know what, just finish school and do whatever you want to, but make sure you finish school.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons why they were more receptive towards me going down that career path was because they witnessed somebody actually blow up, and that was nice.
Wow,
that was nice.
Okay.
So nice. 𝐈𝐍𝐻𝐈𝐑𝐀𝐓𝐈𝐍𝐻, they are
shout out
friends
to them. I know you're very close to them.
Yeah, they are friends. They are friends with my elder brother. So then nice used to come to the house before he blew up.
Yeah.
So they knew him. So imagine that same young person that used to come to the house, being on TV and being like nationwide, like continental superstar. So he made them actually like believe that okay, this is actually possible. And I feel like most times the reason why most parents don't encourage that part is because they've not really witnessed anybody personally that blew up that way. Yeah, but my parents did, so they're like, I'd say at that point 50% is already. Shall do what you want to do? You know, just but make sure you finish school for you, sir. Yeah.
They wake up in the morning and send you long
DM. Because I remember my dad was always on my case that say you still finish school, go and get a job that all these artists they don't make money. They don't have money. So there's this thing I do. Every award I've gotten ever in my life, I put it in my parents' house on their bedstand, and that made me being petty towards my dad. So you see so every award I don't have any personal awards in my house. It's my parents' house.
Whoa. Wow.
Everything is my parents' house. Yeah.
And then when they started to see that the show money started coming, streaming money.
Yeah, because I remember like 2019 when I sent my mom a particular figure.
Yeah. You don't want to tell me the figure.
No, I'm not going to say it. So I sent it to her, and she said the alert. She was scared. She said, what's in Yahoo? So I think they realized that okay, this is not a joke. Yeah, and I think that's one of the most beautiful things. Just being able to take care of family.
Yeah, true.
And in 2021, your body of work dropped.
Yeah,
somewhere between Beauty and Magic.
Yeah,
that album was one of those crazy albums. I mean, it took over mad numbers. Did you think that album was going to do what it did?
So I'm going to give you another secret about me.
Please tell me.
So when I'm making music or when I put out something, I don't like place any expectations on it. I just push it to the best of my ability and leave it for the universe to decide. So there's nothing anybody wants to tell me that's going to make me feel some type of way, because at that point of me putting out that project or that song, I put my all into it. I make sure I put my all into it, and that's just it for me. So thankfully it did well, or it's still doing well, because I see people talk about this album is so hard and stuff. So that's just it for me. No pressure. Especially when I'm making music, like zero pressure. I'm just making music that feels natural to me.
Okay, beautiful. We'll talk about it. Then let's talk about the story with Asha.
Yeah.
Because somehow that was like a major controversy. That I mean, everybody would say, "Oh, Joeboy, very clean, no."
Yes, now why don't they mess with me?
After the Asha was when we now started to see the babes, and then the money and the
we'll come back was too white.
We're going to put a little bit of. But let's talk about the Asha story, right? Your team woke up one day and they got the mail. Like
I got the mail.
Oh, you got the mail directly?
I got the mail.
It's more or less like, let me look for these boys.
Yeah, because like I understand. Okay, maybe there's a grievance or something, but like could have just like sent me a DM. Like I'm a big fan of Asha. There's no way Asha is going to DM me and I'll say I did not see it or I'll ignore. He said, "Oh, let's have a conversation. Oh, this beat, it was my beat before." But no, you didn't do that. Like we've never spoken before, and the first way to connect with me was to send me a mail to remove a song that I put so much effort and spent so much money on that she moved in 24 hours. Then the one we can't pay me pass, I said, write an apology letter. Like,
what kind of ridicule is that?
Like, so I'm like, is it because I'm calm?
I'm cool, calm, collected.
Exactly. Like you feel like I just like come and
on deck.
Come and move to me. So I just had to put that out there. And that was also like a signal to any other person that was thinking that way.
Yeah.
Don't. I always give people due respect. Like ask around. Like I will not.
Yes.
I'll not just come somewhere and just start moving anyhow to anybody. I'll give due respect, except you not try to move funny with me. Anything I see. But so I had to put that out there because I was just sick of it at that point. Why?
And then you put it out there. What happened next? Because the follow-up story.
Nothing happened.
So they were quiet about it.
That's it.
And that's all.
That was all. No?
That's hard to believe.
Because I asked before I asked my lawyer, like, okay, is this actually standing? He said no. Like, and I called Temple. Like Temple,
how far?
Temple said that she don't worry. That is not like if she had any issue, it was Temple she was supposed to reach out to, not me.
But because apparently,
so basically, you were trying to bully me, and that's not gonna fly. Like,
if she comes back and sends you a DM for a collaboration, will you jump on it?
Definitely, I love her music.
No,
I'm not going to lie. I have all of her Shabba album on my phone. Like, I have everything on my phone. The first one, the very first one, I used to add the CD on my Discman.
Yeah,
like, I'm not even joking.
Yes.
Like, I love her music. Yeah.
Wow. So she
all due respect, no, they want me now. Like,
I mean, most importantly, she put out that, and then because I was expecting that there should have been like a response, regardless, even if it's I've sorted it out with the producer or whatsoever. I mean, it should not just have died that way. I mean,
like an apology should have come forth.
Because you step up to a young chap this way who respects you so much.
Nothing came on, and it's all good.
It's all love and light.
It's all love and light. It's not.
That's why they say never meet your hero.
All right, so now we move away from that. The new project is out.
Yeah,
I'm so excited about the new project, Body and Soul. Yes, tell me the certain things that changed.
Yeah,
in the brand Joeboy.
Yeah,
let's look at it. Right from the last album to this new album, so many things. Has changed. Yeah, and I like to talk about everything. Now you're working with more people.
Yeah, more features.
Yeah. You're doing all of that, and most importantly, you're also, being very, very particular about the music. You're being very intentional about the music. Yeah. That's the right word, and it shows. From all the releases you've put out recently. So tell me about it. What's going on?
Yeah. So I believe in leveling up.
Yeah.
Like you should always we as humans. I think that's like God's greatest plan for us is to be the best versions of ourselves, and we should always aspire towards that one way or the other. So I believe in doing things in a more improved way, and thankfully I've become more confident and more experienced and stuff. So I've just realized that for the long run, if you actually want to have a long-lasting career in the music industry, you have to be very, very intentional. There's one thing I call a subscription period for an artist. So like the first 2-3 years when you blow, you can kind of do anything. And it's going to fly.
True.
Yeah, so me and Oxygen, we call it subscription period. You have like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But after that 2-3 years, if you don't switch it up one way or the other, there might be issues. Exactly.
Because now people back to your father's house.
Exactly. So because people already kind of know you, so now everything you're doing, you have to make sure that it is
on point.
Yeah. So I figured that out, and I decided that we have to be more intentional with the way we move. And I realized that I've not really So I saw a tweet. Somebody tweeted that Joeboy has actually not featured more than 2 people in his career.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. That was actually
really deep for you.
That was deep because the way I used to make music, I can make a hit song by myself.
Yes, I will finish my work by myself.
Exactly.
Don't stress me.
Exactly. All my big songs usually just me. So I was like, okay, this album, let me do something differently, because I think that was one of the comments people had on the last album. Why didn't you feature anybody and stuff? So I was like, okay, let me feature a lot of people. so there's Benson, Odumodu Black, 𝐒𝐭𝐲, CK, Tempo. This new artist, his name is Kimena. Yeah, and there's a lot of people on the track too. So
okay, all right, that's beautiful. We'll take a look at that particular song. This got Benson and Odumodu Black.
Yes, sir.
We'll pay bills right after, and of course play your Body and Soul, and then we'll come back to talk some more. So stay right here on your number one family radio. Let's play this one. It's Normally, that's the name of the tune.
Yep.
And this particular song is track 1 of the album, right? Yeah. Let's dive into the Body and Soul album. We'll be back. Alright, Body and Soul, that song from Joeboy, that also is the title of the album. So if you've not copied it, go copy it right about now. That
everywhere on all platforms.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere you go.
If you don't like it, I'll give you your data back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Don't give anybody data. It's your obligation to go copy. Alright, Joeboy is still in the building, and of course it's 3 minutes going past 3 o'clock. We're still having a conversation talking about Body and Soul, the album. We just played you that tune, and right before that one we also played you another great song, that one Normally from the Body and Soul album's track 1 of the project as well. So we talked about this album, and you said it was deliberate. You needed to work with a lot of other people, and put in work to ensure that there's a little bit of switch this time around, so people can get what they actually need. For you, what are the things you look out for when you want to work with people? Because I know that this involved like a crazy selection process.
Yeah.
So talk about it.
Yeah. So for me, I'd say synergy, and if I just like genuinely like your music, your music as a person, like if I'm a fan of your music, and that was one, then personally we are cool. Because I'm really, I cannot be forcing vibes. Like I will not force vibes. Like, so if we're cool, then that's also a standard. So for 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐿, I put him on the song since last year August.
Wow.
Yes.
Before even the takeoff proper takeoff.
Yeah. I put him on the song last year August because I heard his verse on one song, 𝐒𝐭𝐻𝐈𝐍𝐻 Bando Diaries. And I was like, I like the way this guy raps, the passion and everything. So there's one thing that I and 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐿 do. We're always like talking about different like emerging artists that are not mainstream yet. So like, do you know this guy?
Yes.
Do you know this guy too? And stuff. So we talk about and he was like, oh, you should feature 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐿 on
a project on this song,
on this particular song, because I was thinking that what kind of song can I put 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐿 on that is going to actually like sync. Yeah. Like this song, normally song could actually fly. Then we sent it to him. Then he sent the verse back, and it was
fire.
It was still fire. I remember somebody from Leo asking me that, why are you featuring this guy who has not big years? And I'm like, don't worry, it's gonna blow. Like to today, the guy is still I said, are you talking about the blow? Like, don't worry, foresight. So I was like, yeah, this guy is going to blow, and I just really like what he's doing with the sound, and
you decided to put him on.
Yeah, and he jumped on it, and it's out there.
And then right after that, you decided to put Benson on that record.
Wow, you were already on the record before
you sent it to 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐿.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
So before then, it was just me, Benson, and I had another verse.
Okay.
But I removed that verse for 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐿.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about it. Like this album, how long did it take you to record it? Like
roughly a year. Roughly a year, and the reason was that I kept like swapping and interchanging songs because I'm this kind of person that I'm always recording.
Yeah.
So if I feel like there was any other song, if I feel like there's another song that can actually like fit into the album better, then
you change your switch.
Yeah.
So it was like a year.
Yeah, like a year.
So how many songs did you have all put together already? Switching.
Around 60 to 70. Like I had like 60 to 70 songs down.
Okay.
Or just like picking and stuff.
Wow, let me leave 5 songs a month.
No, me like naturally, I love recording.
Yeah,
I think that's one of my most favorite things to do. Like about music, like the fact that I can just like create something from scratch that I know that people generally like is like a superpower. Yeah.
And for me, when you talked about working with people that are coming up, it's the same feeling. When a friend of mine, I think I can't remember the guy's name, just came to see me one day, and then he talked about the record with Majid before he ever came out. Oh, Joeboy said he was going to jump on this tune.
Yeah.
And finally, right after that, the song came out. 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐿 Day.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, was Majid also on that list of guys that you were looking out for? Like,
I listen. I'd say I probably listen to more emerging artists than mainstream, because I feel like there's a lot to learn from them instead, because they are not like,
they're still hungry.
That's one, and they are not like under pressure to drop, like they are not under pressure to maintain a hit record or something, because there's this thing that comes, like the music business sometimes it's very, very easy for the music business to take away the soul from your music, because just always on to the next, I need to drop the next number one because I dropped number one the last time. But don't be so life be. But social media made it seem that everything has to be perfect and 100 all the time. It is impossible. Like, it is impossible. But everybody wants to be like, I have everything together on social media, and that's cap. But maybe they want to accept it. I feel like for emerging artists, like they create music with a lot more soul, because they're experimenting, they're having fun. At that point, it is what they love. It doesn't seem like a job yet. Yeah.
So they do that. Yeah. And now let's talk about the relationship you have with the guys in your set.
Yeah.
Your graduating set.
Yeah.
Then Fireboy and the rest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful to see that you guys show yourself so much love.
Yeah.
But back in the days, it wasn't like that. Everybody,
lots of competition.
Yeah, there's still competition.
There's still, but
there's
really,
no bad blood.
How's it like for you?
Based on my knowledge.
You don't know if somebody else
I feel otherwise that doesn't matter. I have to talk about.
So tell me, how is it like for you? Like, do you guys, reach out, communicate, talk, and say, "Oh, your project"? I feel like this is. That joint effort to push Afrobeats to the next level.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see, and I think it's because some of us actually knew each other before the fame came in. Because Fireboy. I met Fireboy at a Red Bull Academy. At the Red Bull Academy, I was there too. So that's where I met Fireboy. That was the first time I saw him. And imagine like moving forward in life, and you guys are actually like in the conversation of like it's just a beautiful story, like from an academy to out there. Somewhere. So there's always that like mutual respect. And for Rema, I met Rema after we blew up and stuff. But we're cool.
Everyone's cool.
Yeah.
Are you proud of what they're doing?
Sometimes, it's crazy doing though. Like this. I'm sure like where we have come or where we're achieving isn't something that we didn't think was going to happen that fast. To be honest, this thing took like used to take like 10-15 years to actually get to that point. I think in less than 5 years. Yeah. So it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yeah. And then this Top Dogs as well. I mean, the people that you usually will say, oh. The three OGs. Okay. Any private relationship with them, and is there anything in the works with them? Because I'm expecting that.
I think I've met the only person I know. Okay, I've actually met everybody. To be honest, I met Brother Boy in Ghana one time. Yeah, I was sitting with him in Ghana. He was offering me loud.
Typical.
Yeah. Then I met Wizkid. I met Wizkid a couple of times. Like the first time I met Wizkid was in 2018. And there was one thing I used to tell my friends during that. The day me and Wiz will have a conversation, I'm 100% sure that I'm going to blow up. Like that's just a sign I need from God
to say that. Okay.
So I followed Easy for one show, for one event then, and I was just standing in my corner just observing now, and Easy was talking with Wizkid.
Yeah.
Then Wizkid looks towards my side and tells me, signals me to come. Wow. I'm looking back like, no, he can't.
He can't be me. He can't be me, bro.
I'm telling you, like, yes, then he came. And it was just there. To be honest, I know you hear everything he told me for there. I was just happy to be there. I was like, wow, Wizkid is talking to me, but my mind was like a full circle moment then. And I just knew that okay, definitely that's the sign that I needed at that point. And I met Wizkid in LA last year too. Yeah, I met him early last year. Then David, I met Davido early last year too. Yeah, so like. Everything's cool.
Yeah. Are you making records with these guys? Because I need those records.
Well, Wizkid and Joeboy.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Now let's look at it, right? International collaborations. But before international collaboration, let's take you back to 2020. Before we come back and begin to wrap it up on the new album. Yes, Love Quantity.
Yeah.
That song you were on the remix. Yeah. It was a big record. Yeah. It's still a big record.
I'm making mad money for me.
I think that's the very important point.
But you like some people just be like, okay, so Joeboy this song. Because Joeboy doesn't really this is one of the biggest Afrobeats records ever. Right? Because when we take a look at the yardstick now is the numbers, right?
Yeah.
You look at the numbers. Shout out to Rema with what he's doing with Calm Down at the moment. It's currently number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Nah, that's crazy.
Highest peak for any Afrobeat song ever. That's Rema, by the way. But then you have Love Quantity, who has done great things, big numbers as well. And you're on that record. You're also on the Billboard chart, alongside, 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐲 and 𝐒𝐨𝐍𝐿. The last time I spoke to 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐲 was telling me how that song, it was like we didn't even see that this song is going to go anywhere. Yeah. It was just send verse.
Yes, because I remember 𝐒𝐭𝐴 reached out to me. That was towards the end of 2019. I asked this song that I want to make a remix of. I don't like 𝐒𝐭𝐴. Like I've known 𝐒𝐭𝐴 because at All Weekend, like 𝐒𝐭𝐴 came to perform one time.
Yeah.
That was like 2014, 2015-ish. And I was like, this guy is cool. And since then, I've just been following him up. And I realized, he actually produced a lot of songs for Dice and the rest then. So, I've just been a fan from afar. So, 2019, 𝐒𝐭𝐴 reaches out to me, like, I need you on this song. And me, because I just liked 𝐒𝐭𝐴 at that point, I was like, and the song is calm, it's nice. It was a nice song to me. I was like, okay, let me do it. And that was one of the best decisions I made, to be honest, because That song, whether I spoke about it too much or not, that song actually opened a lot of doors. Yeah.
And it's also making mad money for you.
Yeah, mad money. Yeah. Emphasis on mad. Yes.
Yeah. All right, so now back to the album Body and Soul. You've got let's look at it. How many records? 15?
Yeah, 15. Yeah, the interlude, including the interlude.
Yeah, 15 records. Sip is also there. Yeah. I mean, that song that caused controversy, we were confused. At the end of the day, we'll come back to that conversation another time. But that song, with a crazy challenge. Shout out to you, by the way.
I did not start that challenge.
Who started it?
I have no idea.
Honestly,
it wasn't me.
Who started the challenge?
Did you see me put anything already?
What did you do?
I did not do anything.
You did not do what?
Wait, the only thing I did was the first video I posted for that song. I was holding an almost empty alcohol bottle and I was dancing.
And you did what?
And I did not even sip it. I just and I dropped it back and this was like a 10-second video. And the next day or 2 days later, I see pouring all over their body. I'm like,
they got ideas from that.
And I was just like, well, no, I'm not even that kind of person. Like, my energy is calm. Like, if you see how they do like portable now, like understandable. But
people collect stray bullets.
They got the ideas.
Not stray bullet now. That's just the. I'm not giving anybody stray bullet though. That's just the way it is, and I like portable. I actually like portable because it's very very original and authentic to who he is as a person, and that's why a lot of people connect with him because he's who he is.
Yes, exactly. You cannot take that away from him.
Exactly.
But you've got 15 records, on the project, and amazing. I love the one with 𝐒𝐭𝐲.
Yeah.
That's some singito right there.
Yeah.
Great record. But then you picked all of the songs.
Yeah.
Tell me, how's the project doing at the moment?
It's doing amazingly well. It's doing way better at SBM.
Wow.
Actually. Yeah. Way more numbers, way more chatting, way more money.
Continue.
Yeah. So it's doing really, really well. And I know that it's an album that is going to stand test of time. People will look back like 5-4 months from now and be like, this album is still slapping. Yeah.
So which song was your favorite? Which song did you record the last on this album?
The song I recorded the last on this album, let me see. The last track.
Yeah. The last track was 𝐒𝐶𝐲.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was 𝐒𝐶𝐲. 𝐒𝐶𝐲 was the one I recorded the last, but the last track is 𝐈𝐍𝐿. But it was same producer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now, what's your favorite song from the album?
It changes from time to time, but right now it's _Contour.
Are you for real? 𝐭NTOUR, that was a single.
Yes, now.
Yeah. Why did you go back to
_Contour? Because the energy I put into _Contour. _Contour. I sang that song with 2 different keys before I put out the particular key that everybody listens to. Like, I put so much effort and so into that song. You see how I was screaming when I was singing that song inside the studio. Even the others come and check that. Are you okay?
And the duffel bag.
Duffel bag. I really love that song too because Call of the Bounce. You say you want to I think it's the ideal Nigerian pop song. Yeah. Like it cuts across the Nigeria. I know that song for Nigeria. Like that song, Duffel Bag is for Nigeria. Like that was my focus, like my target audience, Nigeria. Yeah, that's why it was the last single before the album.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Getting everybody ready just before the project.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. And then we have The Best For You.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah. This features 𝐭𝐚𝐲. 𝐭𝐚𝐲 is a very, very amazing emerging artist. He's one of those artists I actually used to listen to. So I found out about 𝐭𝐚𝐲 2020. He dropped an album titled The Bond, and that album is so beautiful. At that point, he was in Enugu before he moved to Lagos when he made that album. And that album is amazing. Like, if anybody's listening, go check out that album Bond by 𝐭𝐚𝐲. And we've been talking since then, and he said he wanted to feature me, but I knew that
that cannot really help you.
That cannot really help you at that point because you have to promote and stuff and budget.
But I'll feature you.
So I was like, okay, I'll feature you. So that way you tend to get an audience from people that actually like listen to me and like that song that you're on. So
by lifting all
I think it's very, very important though, because otherwise right now the game is tough.
Yeah.
You need to have talent, undeniable talent, then money, then consistency, because you could tick all the boxes but
not be consistent.
Yeah, exactly. So consistency, and me, I'm just trying to help, man. Yeah.
Trying to get back.
You mentioning money. Do you not feel like it's like a turn off for some artists that just starting and they don't have that kind of money to push their music?
Yeah, I would say is a turn off, but that's why I said earlier in the interview that take action. All you need to do is start from somewhere. When I started, I didn't have any money, but take action. Money will come from somewhere. Somebody might just decide to
support
invest.
you.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
Words.
Right now, we gotta let you go. I mean, we've had like a long time speaking with you.
Thank you.
Talking about the new project. So it's available everywhere. Body and Soul. Go cop the album. Yeah, and lastly, before you go, what happened? That show.
Yeah.
Who was the DJ? Where's the DJ? Did he come here?
It wasn't even the DJ's fault.
Please, who's fault?
It wasn't the DJ's fault. The promoter was on some funny P.
Yeah.
Like I never saw saying. Is there a camera here?
No, there's
no camera here. I don't think it's camera. The promoter was on some camera. The promoter was on some funny P. And we go see for front. No worry. That's what I'm going to say. The promoter was on some funny P.
I mean,
but everything I posted on my story was what happened. Yeah.
And because I saw sometimes I don't want to call his name because someone that we all know, you could probably go find him on socials. But I was surprised that you got that kind of treatment from the promoter. And
it was on funny P. I'll say it again.
And he does not apologize.
I'm not looking for apology. My own is that if you move to me some kind of way, I'm going to tell you. I know the. I don't want to say I know the joints. I know the feel. Like, bro, if you tell you do this, this is what you do. I don't like him. Like,
we know that it's not the DJ's fault.
It's not the DJ's fault. Like that. I see. If the DJ had not said, I would have said it because I say it all the time. So if I said it, you tell me that I should lead the stage. You cannot tell me you can't do that. Except Nagoli's police carry me, and Nagoli's I'm trend again. So. Yeah,
it is what it is. Yeah. All right, thank you, Joeboy, for stopping by. Where can people find you on social media?
On Instagram at Joeboy Official, on Twitter at just Joeboy, J-O-E-B-O-Y. I'm the only Joeboy on Twitter. It's me. J-O-E-B-O-Y. Yeah, Snapchat Joeboy Pondek, and Facebook I am Joeboy. Yeah. TikTok Joeboy Official too. Yeah.
You say I give you that one.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for stopping by on the radio. I mean, it was beautiful. We had like a long conversation talking about different things, and I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I did.
All right, so let's go play that record, that one titled Duffel Bag, one of my favorite tunes, from the album, and then play your song Woman featuring 𝐒𝐭𝐲, and then a couple others from the album. So you guys get ready, go cop the album, is out, and we'd love that you enjoy it as well. Okay, Joeboy has to go and drink water now. Anyway, for the fans,
firstly I'd like to say a big thank you for the support. Thank you for always promoting and sharing and spreading music, and thank you for the messages. Like sometimes I might just be in the mood and I just see one cute message from a fan, and it's really for my spirit that so I am loved. so yeah, thank you for the positive messages, and we did your pin.
Yeah, all right,
the album is out. Make sure you go check it out.
Bye. You said it yourself.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more, leave a comment, and like. Thank you.